client base who knows us like since the exhibition time, they feel really happy about it, the same way that we feel, because they feel देखो बच्चे ऐसे करते थे, शुरू करा था और हम उनसे लेते थे, अब देखो इनके तो stores हो गए, and they would, there are some people who still have our numbers because we used to share all our numbers.
They still message us.
They would still message like, so happy to see this, and that makes me really happy. Like even if I have the chance to, keep conversating with my clients today, it's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because they feel happy like us. Like.
Somebody recently added me to their children's wedding group by mistake. Because they had my earlier number. I was saying, let's go. Why not?
Yeah, you should.
I have a message.
I'm always up for a free wedding anyway.
Yeah.
So after many painkillers and lots of sleep, I am here to record with you guys again. And today we have a very insightful episode for everybody who's, wanting to start their own fashion brand. So please stay tuned for that. A NIFT fashion graduate and an MBA professional came together to create this contemporary brand. Now, from pop-ups to brick-and-mortar stores, they have come a long, long way. Creating premium yet affordable outfits, House of Fett is, we have House of Fett here. Please say hi to Esha and to Abhinav.
Hi, thank you for the lovely introduction.
Yeah, no,
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, I love the brand. I've been following it for quite some time. Hence, like I was discussing, you guys started from a pop-up and now you guys are here. You have multiple stores. So we will explore that further. And, so today's episode is for everybody who's wondering what it takes to enter the big retail game and how to successfully see through your brand from the start till the end. So Esha and Abhinav are really going to help you out with the same. But before we start, Esha, are you wearing something from House of Fett?
Oh yes, my dress is the Kiara dress from House of Fett.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's made in cotton. This print is loved by our clients. So yes, the best.
Great. And what about you? What are you wearing?
Oh, we're not doing menswear as of now. So sadly, I'm wearing a streetwear style t-shirt.
Okay, nice. And do you have any plans of, doing menswear eventually?
Yeah, we've got a lot of requests. We actually did a few custom for celebrities. So got a lot of requests on it. Babil Khan wore it.
Oh, nice.
So now, we're planning this. Hopefully, this season we'll launch one.
Yes, we are not being able to, actually
Complete
the
the
demand of women's wear. Every time we are looking to launch men's wear, we are like, oh, now this is new for women's wear. Now we need to launch this as well. So menswear is kind of taking a backseat. But yes, I am really looking forward to having menswear and kids wear.
But hopefully in
launched.
2024 you guys
Yes,
will launch.
it's in the plans, right?
Great, lovely. Okay, so, I want to know that what is the meaning of the name House of Fett and how did this whole idea come about? Like, was it like you two were sitting in a cafe and then it suddenly happened, or like what really happened? How did this come about?
Okay, so Fett actually stands for bold and confident.
Okay.
So that is what we incorporate in our silhouettes, prints, whatever we are making has to have that bold element, that different element which stands out. So we try to be true to our name. How it started is a long story. It was actually a project when I was in LCF. We have to do like a project. So House of It was an actual project that I was doing. How to build a brand, and Abhinav was helping me from India. I was in London. He was here. He was getting all the pieces made and the sampling done while I was trying to build the brand and trying to understand how it is done internationally. Then finally he came over there. We did our shoot. That was our first shoot, all collaborative, and I remember dealing first time with the models, the photographer, and they are not even Indian.
Yeah.
And getting all of these things done. This was like our first shoot, and of course all that was done according to UK standards, even the designing and everything. And then
that was quite a nascent stage actually.
Yeah.
So how does that
Stage.
differ? Like, how is the UK setup and the Indian setup? Like, how is it different?
I guess that time we were just doing a college project.
Yeah.
It was not to scale, not to anything. She had to show it to the faculty.
We didn't even know that we are going to take
gonna
it
pursue
forward.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
But just that because it was made and everything, and then
The name got into place.
Yeah.
So we pursued it further when she came back to India.
Yeah. So we came back, and all the designs that we had made for the UK market, and we got it to India,
Yeah,
and
it didn't
whoop,
work out.
it doesn't work.
Okay.
Because India is a different market and UK
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
different market, and kind of understanding how they are doing their things good, their retail and everything. That is another part, but product is very important.
Completely separate.
It's
Yeah.
a separate
Yeah.
thing. It can't be the same thing which works in India and the UK. It has to be some difference.
Got it.
So then we started working towards what India requires actually. What is it that we know as individuals, and we've studied, and then fashion, and what is the gap in the market.
So what does India require when it comes to fashion?
I
So
think
yeah, I'll sorry
Yeah,
for
please,
cutting in.
please.
So I think when we see international brands, a lot of it is catered to their hometown, so to say. Let's say I take any XYZ based in Spain, so they are doing as per their body types, their climate. Now, when they get that to India, we do accept it because the distribution is so strong. But do we actually require those silhouettes or that fabric? I don't think so. So what India requires, we have varied climate. I mean, sometimes it's humid, some majority is humid.
Yeah.
So we need a lot of breathable fabrics. Do we see that as in those in international brands? I don't think so. So we only see polyesters, satins,
Yeah, we have a lot of weather fluctuation
Fluctuations,
compared
yeah.
to them. Got it.
So we require a product that's tailor-made for us, including the body types,
Yeah.
the climate, I guess.
So I'd say, the body type, me being this hourglass shape and always going to all of these, big retail international giants just to try to fit into the dress which is actually made for, the straight body type.
Yeah.
And then feeling, it's not suiting me. And even I want to dress up like that. Even I want a short dress which kind of does not highlight my back or my side
Which
curves.
flatters your body.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
So this is what I felt that this is what is missing. So designing these kind of silhouettes for the Western wear body. So for the Indian
wear.
body, for these Western garments was what we thought we could do.
Lovely. So, when it comes to like the logo of the brand, I've seen that a lot of people pay attention to what the name is and what the logo is. How important is that to build like a fashion brand? Like, do you think it has a lot of weightage in what you're doing, or the product has more weightage than the logo and the name?
So I think if you have a lot of funds, you can invest in the logo. Honestly, we did the logo ourselves because we were bootstrapped. So if you have a lot of funds, you can probably look into why a logo should be the way it is, what color therapy should be there. If your brand kind of is more towards the peaceful side, go for lighter shades, blues, that kind of exhibit that feeling. But honestly, end of the day, it boils down to the product.
Okay.
If today we have a very neutral colored logo, it's a black and white. It can incorporate a number of colors inside the brand. If anybody sees a product, I believe they can still say it's house effect. And probably if the logo was just the highlighting factor and the product was not that famous, I don't think they'll be able to recognize the product.
Yeah.
So boils down to the product. Logo makes sense when you're scaling. I believe the orientation of the logo makes sense, how it's written, because we face that problem, honestly. We have a square kind of logo. So, but when you get a store in a mall, the orientation of the store is left to right of the width. So let's say you get a 17-foot, but now your logo is stuck in the middle. So if we had a longer orientation, probably.
Yeah. These are smaller things that we do realize
When you scale
we
and-
scale.
yeah.
But I kind of feel that it's really, really important that the product should be good.
Yeah.
And then the branding part, the
Everything
logo
falls
part,
into
and
place.
everything, it can be, I feel it can be developed on the way.
Yeah.
If you put in all your funds in, development of the logo and the box and the stationery and then when do you do the real thing, which is the product?
Absolutely.
The customer actually wants the good product, and then the branding will start in their mind automatically.
Yeah.
Got it. Actually, I remember this one cord set of yours, which, when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, this is House of Fett. I remember it's like some cowl
Cowl-like
like kind of
one.
a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Lovely. Okay, so like you started as a pop-up and you started really small.
Yeah.
And then what was your first store? And when did you realize that, oh, now we are making it big? Like, when did that happen?
This is a good story because this was just I'll say like a vision. Like, sometimes people feel that, like, I was one of them who feel like, ये इतना बड़ा करना है यार, ऐसे this is what you're thinking, Abhinav, because we used to have like pop-ups inside the mall, DLF Promenade.
Yeah.
So in the middle atrium there
Yeah.
used to be pop-ups.
It's
So
right
pop-ups-
next to my house, so I keep
Okay.
going, then I keep seeing. Yeah, yeah.
But pop-ups mean just 3 racks.
Yeah.
Not a
3
store or
racks.
anything.
Yeah.
You get 3 racks, you display your merchandise, and people come
And a few
pick up.
hangers
And a
Yeah.
few
here
hangers
and there,
come
yeah,
and pick
yeah.
off the rack.
So we started as small as, putting all these products in a suitcase and putting it in our cars and then going to promenade, setting it up, and then standing. Both of us are standing now waiting for the clients. And the clients used to come and say, okay, so let me now go to Zara, Mango, and this and that, and let me come back to you. And then, if somebody is buying, that's another thing. Now, the challenge was this client who used to say, let me go to them and then come back to you. And then if they came back, that would be our, like the
Highlight.
happiest and the
Achievement.
achievement.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and then we used to ask, like, so what happened and this and that. And they used to say, सबने पहना होगा, फिर मैं लूंगी वहाँ पे किट्टी पे पहन के जाऊंगी, उन्होंने भी पहना होगा, ज़ारा से तो सब ले लेते हैं. So now, again, the gap, we understood that people are feeling that all of these big retail giants are catering to so many people. Even like what they're selling in Spain right now, they're selling in India as well. So if I have a cousin in Spain and I meet them, maybe they're also wearing the same shirt.
Especially
And
the basics, I
Yeah.
feel that
Especially
everybody
the
has the
basics.
same, yeah.
So then we did understand that, yes, of course, we can play on this, that we are different. And of course, being bold and confident is another thing, which our logo
So basically,
incorporates.
people were looking for something unique, something
Yes.
different,
Yes.
like which nobody else has.
Yes.
So not only that, they were looking at the place where they frequently go to. So let's say I open it in an XYZ area which you do not frequently visit. It wouldn't make sense for you to specifically go there for me because people are very lazy in that sense. The
Got it.
consumer wants everything in one place.
So the brand should be accessible, is what you're trying to
yeah,
say.
the distribution should be such that we are there where you are looking for us.
Got it.
And then
yeah.
I remember you telling me, so now, Esha, I'm going to open besides Zara here. I said, okay, Abhinav, I do understand you're, this young individual. I'm so happy that you feel like that. But of course, it's going to take a lot of time. तब तक तो बहुत बूढ़े नहीं हो जाएंगे. And he's like, no, not at all. Why are you feeling like that? Why can't I do it? If somebody has done it, then why can't I do it? So I'm like, okay. And we are standing in this 2x2 stall, both of us selling. And then that vision. And then, of course, going to other malls and then exhibiting, we kind of understood that the mall kind of clientele is accepting the product more. When you go to the high-end exhibitions, that is where people are looking to, spend like this
Bridal,
25,000.
couture,
Yeah,
they're not looking
couture.
for
Everyday casuals and comfort wear and
So we got
holiday
the idea,
wear.
yeah. Where we exist, where
Yeah.
should we exist, and where is the kind of customer looking for us? Then once I think we did the exhibition in DLF Saket.
Yeah.
That did really well,
Yeah.
and the mall took notice. So
Mall
they
took notice, and we being, these young individuals, we thought, okay, now that we are spending so much on the rentals of the stall also, we could
Yeah.
probably spend the same rentals in the mall store.
Absolutely.
so we saved up from
Yeah.
those exhibitions
Yeah.
over a period of 9 months. Went to meet the mall.
Yeah.
One individual gave us the opportunity. They said,
Yeah.
we'll try it for 3 months. If it works, great. Because they kind of see the numbers every day. There is
Okay.
a syncing between our sales point of sale system and their point of sale system. So they said, we'll see for 3 months. If it works out, then we'll extend it for another 3.
So it's
Lovely.
very, so even for the malls and everything, it's a different thing altogether. They can't have an underperforming brand because they are also, answerable to
Of
other brands in the league. And so they also, kind of take chances because they also have to introduce something new always
Yeah.
for their client base. So that's how, we got into the space. And, we being the young individuals of Delhi and then, having that store launch and getting the party started there. So this
Yeah.
is what because, this is what everybody likes, that you do a launch party and then
Yeah,
we have,
yeah.
all of our peers coming in and everything. So it was a great hit. And even, the mall was happy that, we do have some new brand which has come up. Now, within 6 months, we were offered that space next to Zara.
Oh,
we got
In
promised.
Promenade, which he wanted.
Lovely,
And now
lovely.
this, I'm talking like when he talked about this 1 year later
Yeah,
from
we got
this.
yeah.
And I still have goosebumps coming in, that point was, I don't know.
Finally.
Yeah, then I realized that, then, if things come just by, I'll say, wishing for it and then working towards it, then it's easy. I'll work hard,
Yeah, yeah.
If you can just have the vision. So I kind of believe that what lacks sometimes is that dar, that nahi, main to nahi kar paungi, which came from me initially when he said ki main karunga. So then we
So
were
everything
like,
is on the other side of fear, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
absolutely.
Nice.
And then
Also, on a side note, did you keep champagne at your store launch? Because that's the only thing I look forward to whenever I
Yes.
go
We
to
did,
one.
we did.
You
And
did?
we had,
Okay.
yeah.
remember
and,
the permissions? Oh, God.
yeah, and it was, we were very young. We thought, what, it's like a house party. How much
Yeah.
how difficult could it be? But of course, MCD coming in, this coming in, mall groups coming in, it became a hassle. But at the end of the day, yeah, we did keep champagne and beer.
Lovely.
Actually, that made the kind of the launch hit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what,
yeah, it
that's
does.
what people look
That's what-
forward
yeah.
to. Yeah.
We always
Yeah.
are, we being these young lads, we know that, अरे नहीं नहीं नहीं, जब तक alcohol नहीं होगी party पे कोई
We
नहीं
actually do it every time.
And especially like in Delhi and Mumbai,
Yeah,
that's the thing, yeah.
So we do it
Nice.
every time
every
now.
time, every time.
Oh,
Every launch
lovely.
has a...
Invite me to your next
And
launch.
we are like that.
Yeah.
Na. So when I was back in London,
Yeah.
I used to do all these college events and everything. So to call all the students, they used to tell me, listen, you have to have the wine there so
Yeah.
that they do attend the guest lecture.
Ah,
I said, okay, now that is what was in my mind, कि कोई आएगा नहीं जब तक.
True.
So yes.
Okay, so coming back, so you have like these great designs. So who is the mastermind behind these designs? Like you or
No,
like you
she
have
is.
another team?
I think you're being modest about it. It's so if, for example, we both sit together, and of course there is a design team who's doing their thing
Daily, day-to-day
Yeah.
silhouettes,
Okay.
But if I
prints
tell
and
you,
everything.
from the start, it just used to be both of us sitting together, filling up papers. Now is, of course, the iPad zamana, but I remember doing it the Desi way. I still try doing it that way because I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah, she likes
used
the
to.
pen
I
and
think I
paper
can't.
feel.
I can't get a design right on an iPad. I need the pencil, paper, and the eraser. So we would just start sketching, and probably he would come up with the sleeve idea, I would come up with the silhouette idea, and mix and match.
Yeah.
And print designing, of course, takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So I'll say Sundays would be the day when we both would just start with our prints and everything. So that takes a lot of time. But silhouettes, I'll say it takes a lot of time in development. Making them, we need to sketch out hundreds, and then probably the
Yeah.
20 would get selected. We are very still very headstruck on our
We're
silhouettes.
not doling out a lot of silhouettes, honestly.
Okay, okay.
I mean, a collection would have 30.
Yeah.
We could go up to 50, 60, but 30 gets selected because they're one of the best. And
Yeah.
then the kind of store sizes that we have, we need to display our best.
Ah.
In
So that
terms
also
of
makes-
design, we don't want to give our clients everything.
Sub-quality, yeah.
Everything
Okay.
nahi dena hai. Jo acha, like what
whatever's
I
the
like
best of the lot.
or what he likes, that yes, this is good.
So
Now
quality
this is-
over quantity,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah. But yes, we do have a design team to answer the original question.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do have the team.
Because since now we are growing, it's difficult to give one
Yeah,
task a
yeah,
whole week.
yeah.
But the collections go on, so we come out with the theme, give them the theme that this is where we are going towards this spring summer, let's say. They come out with the plethora of silhouettes, with a few designs of prints and everything, and then we kind of tweak them as to match a brand identity,
Okay, got
and
it.
then we finalize.
We are
that.
generally very inspired by, I'll say, our travel.
Yeah.
It can be anything, like
And we
it could
choose a
be
place to
like-
travel every
yeah,
year.
Yeah.
Which
So where did you travel this year?
last year was
last
Japan.
year?
Japan.
So
Oh,
we came out
nice.
with a print collection of Japan.
So we did
Oh,
Toil
lovely.
Tales of Japan, yes.
Yeah.
So whatever, so because it was this very this city which has a lot of tales, like, and depicted through art. So we wanted to kind of get that feel. So yeah, getting inspired and prints and silhouette. This is
Yeah.
the part actually what we are talking, but the back part is very
1 month we get to travel good.
only one
Rest
month.
everything else is
Rest,
work.
it's crazy. It's
So
crazy.
where are you gonna travel this year?
This
Any
year,
plans?
Switzerland we were thinking,
We were
but
thinking, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
yeah, but nothing finalized. as of yet.
Nothing finalized, but
Nice.
let's see.
Nice. Okay, so you actually spoke about, Zara and H&M and all. So like, see, Mango and all of these brands, they have like a customer base, like loyalists. So how did you develop, or do you think that you have developed a customer base which is loyal to your brand and they come very often? Like, have you seen something like that happen over a period of time?
Yeah, so when we started, that was not the case. But going after collection coming out, I think people started calling us kind of the quad uh, queen of the market.
Yeah.
They know that, okay, we want to buy a quad, then they do not think of Zara.
Okay.
They go to House of Fett. Specifically for quad, I believe.
Specifically.
And that, of course, started with the Merzin quad that you're saying, the cowl neck quad.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
almost a lot of people wore, and
Yeah.
even anybody talks about the brand, then they say, yeah, some of my cousin has this or my friend has this.
Yeah.
So then we started developing an distinctive identity, I believe.
When we started, I think it was only the people who were going to other brands and
Bleeding out to our brand as well, like coming out to
our brand as
exploring
well.
something
And then
new.
I remember it was in DLF Saket. We were on the ground floor. We had and Global Desi. We had Ritu Kumar. We had Anita Dongre and
Chilies.
Chilies. Yeah. So now this is these
Oh,
are
I love chili.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
even I.
Yeah.
So all
we used to
these
sit
people-
there. Yeah, we used to sit there and
I
keep
mean,
seeing
though
the
the
store.
quality has gone down, but
Yes, it has.
still, but
I feel
but there's some like those triple dippers and all. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
Soul food,
enjoy.
soul
Yeah,
food.
I
yeah.
thought I was the only one who was,
No,
who
no,
was
no,
generally
no.
just ordering the
Yeah.
triple dipper.
Yeah.
So yeah, so at that time, this is the kind of customer base which came in to us, and then of course they bought because they found something different, not regular.
You can call them in, but you cannot sell them something they don't want.
Yeah,
So they were
yeah.
buying because they were liking the product, but they were not a loyalist or anything like that. They
Yeah,
were just exploring the brand.
Yeah, with time we did started developing all of these customers who did got compliments when they wore all
Yeah.
of this. When people asked that where did you buy it from, these are the people who did become the loyalists. There were some
Got
who
it.
would just tell all their friends, oh, you should go to House of Fett and this and that, and then the sales started growing. And there used to be some who used to say, no, this is my pocket brand, I'm not going to tell
Yeah.
anybody about it, so that
Lot
what
of women
I
do
wear
that.
other women don't wear.
Yeah, lot of women do that. I
So
never
there are
knew
two
that.
type of people.
Nice. So, you also got covered in like multiple magazines and, so how has media outreach helped you? Like, do you think like it has benefited your brand in some way?
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Till you're not being covered by the media, I believe you not get that validation.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you need that validation. Even the customers need that validation for the brand. That what I am wearing is being spoken about it now out in the open digital media, or let be it traditional print media.
Got it.
Once they also feel that, then they feel, oh, now it's more premium.
I
Now
think
it's verified.
Now it's verified.
verified.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
it's
that's
more
true.
than a blue tick.
Yeah.
Like being published and being seen, and then as soon as people see a House of Fett at any publication, and they feel, oh, acha, dekho,
And they also feel good
And
about it. They share it with us.
They share
on the
it with
Insta
us.
also. Yeah, they share it. If
Okay.
they
And our client base who knows us like since the exhibition time, they feel really happy about it, the same way that we feel, because they feel देखो बच्चे ऐसे करते थे शुरू करा था और हम उनसे लेते थे अब देखो इनके तो stores हो गए, and they would there are some people who still have our numbers because we
Oh,
used to
nice.
Yeah,
share
yeah.
all our
They
numbers
still-
that
they
time.
still message us.
They would still message like so happy to see this, and that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Like even if I have the chance to keep conversating with my clients today, it's the most beautiful thing
Yeah.
because they
How
feel
nice.
happy like us. Like
Somebody recently added me to their children's wedding group by mistake because they had my earlier number. And I was saying, let's go. Why not?
Yeah, you should.
I have a message.
I'm
on-
always up for a free
Yeah,
wedding
yeah.
anyway. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so you both are here and you both are co-founders. So I want to ask this question: for somebody looking to build their own brand, is it better to do it alone or like better to do it with another person, like a co-founder?
Definitely a co-founder.
definitely
Okay.
It's more headspace to work, because if I see world from my perspective, it's a very narrowed vision. Somebody comes in, Esha comes in, and she pitches me, okay, let's do this. I might not be up for the idea, but when I listen to her reasoning, then I realize, okay, mine is not the only way to look.
also yeah.
But how to keep it healthy? Like, some people might have like conflicting thoughts, or like they might have like an argument. So how do you navigate through that?
So if you really want to scale, if you want to build like a brand that can scale, you have to be very open.
Okay.
Even if you don't have a co-founder, everybody from the PR to even the celebrities, even to publications, they give us the right ideas. This collection, let's tweak it this a little bit because this will do better.
Yeah.
So you have to listen to it. If you close your mind to a co-founder, they're still invested, but you have to listen to the third party as well. So you have to be very open.
I think there are so many things as we grow. We are finding that there is so much to it that if I was alone, I wouldn't be able to do it. Same with him. Like there
Yeah.
are so many things that we have to divide.
Yeah.
And even 12 hours a day work is very less. If you're looking to, like for example, if we wanted to stop at this point, after having 10 stores and this and that, and then if we are happy, then there's no problem. But if you want to keep growing,
Yeah.
scaling, and making sure that you are relevant and people are still loving you, so then that involves a lot of work. I'm not too sure if an individual can do it. Maybe if they are able to do it themselves, they will hire some some high paid individuals or somebody
But
like
then
So
you
that.
have to
basically, you
listen to
have to
them.
have a solid team
Yes,
in place.
yes,
Yes. I can't like
Be it the co-founders, they are solid, or then you probably hire people in your team who have.
I can't work without him, but I can't even work without the production manager, the accounts team, the marketing team, the digital team. Everybody, each and every person in the company is really, really important. And while growing, we really have to, see all of these challenges. So I believe, it's always better to have someone.
Got it. Okay, so now we come like to a section where we just talk about everything that's happening in the world of fashion. And you guys are a fast fashion brand, and sustainability is a trend now. Like I wouldn't even call it a trend. It's like, really people are imbibing it. So how does House of Fett like plan to understand this, navigate through this challenge? Or like, have you thought about this, the
Yes,
sustainability
yes.
aspect?
So I believe sustainability took a very different route when COVID hit. Sustainability earlier in fashion was that you're using sustainable practices. Let's say the fabric that you're doling out is sustainable, comes from a hand woven kind of state, is dyed in natural fabrics. Suddenly, cut to COVID, they said you're producing too much. So for us, I don't believe that we are producing to a point where we can call ourselves fast fashion in a way. Yeah, the collections are a lot, but do we have, let's say, 10,000 square feet of area where we're doling out a lakh products a month? We're not.
So sustainability comes in different ways.
Yeah.
Like for example, if without planning, if I'm making 1,000 products, but I'm able to sell out only 500, and the rest
The rest is
500
going
I
to
have
dead
to
inventory.
dump or anything. If there's no demand, I'm just making, selling it at 50% and this and that. So
That's
this
not
is this
sustainable.
is not sustainable. Like you're trying to create a demand for something which is already not there.
Even the environment, to the environment, it's not sustainable. Even as a practice to the brand, it's not sustainable.
Yeah, but making sure that whatever is required by the community, making those number of pieces and selling it off the rack, and so we really follow this practice. I'll say it is also sustainable and also helps us grow as a brand. We do not produce a lot, like keeping high levels of inventories and putting it on sale. This is something that we don't follow. We have our limited number of products which are good, which will sell, and this is the number of pieces that we sell, and this is what gets the company going, and we'll just produce that in a sustainable way. When I say in a sustainable way, it actually includes a lot of things, like making sure that when we are cutting the fabric, even if there's some small pallas which are getting wasted, we would not just throw it in the bin. We would probably make potlies, you send it somewhere, make some kids wear, donate it, maybe make a top which our client might wear and introduce it as well.
Yeah,
And
reduce
making
wastage, basically.
reducing wastage in terms of production, and making sure that you are only producing as much as required, not more, and not filling up the landfills with your products. I think
That's
we do
the kind of sustainability that we're
that we
looking
are
for.
looking
And
for. Yeah.
when you're so because we are not only retailing, we're also manufacturing.
Okay.
So when we see so much of waste being created, being in an industrial area, even with it goes without saying that we kind of get tensed. How
Tense,
much
yeah.
how much is the whole community contributing to the landfill? So how can we reduce it? is majorly what we also look into.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay. So now coming back to more of brand building, what are like the two essential tips? Like you give one,
Okay.
that a person should follow like in a mandatory way, like it's non-negotiable. Is there any such tip? Like if one is like, let's say, because it sounds like a laborious process. If I were to start my own label tomorrow, I would be tensed, worried, like how am I going to do this? I don't know where to start. I don't know where to end. So like what's one tip from each of you that will really go a long way for somebody who's wanting to do this?
So I think talking from experience, we need to understand our customer really well. Along with, of course, understanding the product and the customer. That goes a long way. No matter, because things go south and COVID can happen and anything can happen. But if you really know your customer well, you know your product well, you can make sure that even if, it's COVID and all the retail stores are shut, you know your customer, you do your product well, you can still sell to your customer. I
Yeah,
think
that's
that
true.
is one thing
Yeah.
that I'm really, whatsoever is happening, we are expanding and this and that. But if it's the customer, then they are in the highest of the level in my mind. And
Okay.
of course, I aim to deliver the best product to them. If these two things are sorted, the brand is sorted.
Okay, and
Yeah,
what
that's
about
true.
you?
So I do believe the same thing. But I am more inclined towards the product, very honestly. I feel if the product is at par with other international players and better, and you found your niche, you cannot do everything. So do what you do best. Find the gap which exists, and a lot of gaps do exist. Create a product for that gap, and kind of play on your strength. Don't do everything. So limit
Yeah.
yourself, do what you do best, keep doing it, and that kind of formula, you also keep correcting that formula with time.
Okay.
So we did that a lot. We kind of know now exactly what we need to do a lot, what will do good, what will not do good.
Yeah.
So
So it's a
sometimes,
lot of experimentation as well that goes
yes,
in.
a lot of that as well. But when you keep talking to your customers a lot, because in the beginning stages, we had our numbers listed on the bills, the websites, everything, customer grievance. So when we started listening to the grievances, it's all the same. The grievances were the same. This is
Okay.
what I'm facing the problem. This product is not fulfilling this. So we kind of kept mastering the product better.
Yeah.
And once that's done, I guess it's easy to scale.
Yeah, so this is when we, of course, understand the customer well, even if they say that, this product is like this, or maybe the zips are like this, or maybe, the lengths are like this, or we
Yeah.
do not wear sleeveless as much, or it can be anything. So if you understand that well and the product development is according to that, these
It
two
moves
things,
off the rack,
yeah,
basically.
these two
Lovely.
things are.
Got it. Also, when it comes to fashion, the atmosphere keeps changing. Like, it's ever changing. Like,
Yeah.
today something is in, tomorrow something else will be in. So, House of Fett, how does, like, how do you guys deal with this ever changing landscape?
Hire a lot of young individuals,
Okay.
a lot of kids
Yeah.
who are straight off from the college. They always have the Gen Z idea of what's going on, and you need that.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, I think this is like, off the rack, but off the topic. But I think our socializing, meeting so many people and understanding what they're doing, what their peers are doing, and what's happening, and this and that, we kind of meet people, talk to them, listen to them, and then we understand that this is what is going on. People are now going towards this side, and this is what they want to do. Of course, having all these young individuals in our office, they are always talking the Gen Z language and telling us aisa vaisa, and
We know the pseudo language
the
now. We
pseudo,
get to know,
yeah.
okay, this is gonna come up.
Okay.
So then, and
Name some for us. Is there any new term that you learned, like a Gen Z?
no, I don't know, some
I
Delulu, Selulu, what they were talking, I don't even
Actually,
Okay, it's
some Delulu, Selulu, I remember. And
Delulu means like you're delusional,
Oh.
and Selulu means having a solution to that.
so they were calling us
okay, so
delusional.
yeah, so they said,
Wow.
so I don't know what we were talking, and she said, Delulu is the new Selulu. "ये क्या बोल रही है? What are you
Keeps up,
talking?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what.
But yeah, these young individuals kind of have
Yeah.
the idea of what their generation wants, and it keeps different. I mean, fashion is changing, and with AI coming in,
Yeah.
it's now really like the landscape has really changed.
Yeah.
Earlier we were making so many prints. Now somebody comes, gives in a prompt, and
Oh,
the
shit,
print comes
yeah.
out, and
Of course, we have to develop on it, but at least
You
that
get a direction.
Yeah, that direction used to take like weeks to develop.
Yeah. And
But now
it's a
everything's
minute's
quicker.
job.
it's quicker. It's
Got it.
It's but you can use it to your advantage. You don't have to be scared of what's
Yeah.
coming in. You have to embrace it and
Yeah.
think according to what how the time is changing.
Got it.
And also, I do feel that, all of these young individuals are the people who are, right now in that stage so there is a stage of each consumer where they want to buy something and then they
Yeah,
would
they're
keep,
aspirational
yeah,
about it.
they are aspirational, right? And they are the ones who grow and then, they start buying. So if we start targeting them at the point when they are aspirational is when they convert to a customer later on as well. So we do really feel that we need to always keep targeting all of these. Generally, what people do is targeting all the making according to the 35 45-year-old, 35 to 45, because these are the people who have the maximum
spends.
spending capacity. But when people are 25, that is when they are growing and they're aspirational. If you make them your client at that point, you have a long way to go.
You've hit
in
the
that
jackpot.
case.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Nice,
yes. So that's why
nice.
we keep targeting them by all
Got it.
these young individuals.
Got it. So, you also cater to like an Indian market and you are like a contemporary pret-wear brand essentially. So, are there any cultural sensitivities that you have to keep in mind, while you're designing? Or do you
Uh,
think that barrier doesn't exist anymore?
No, it does. It does.
Okay.
I'll
So
say
I think
then.
it differs from market to market, even in India.
Yeah.
Let's say what I'm doing for Delhi, I can replicate for Mumbai,
Hmm.
but I cannot do the same for probably Bangalore. And what I do for Bangalore, I cannot replicate the same for Hyderabad.
Yeah, not even for Ahmedabad. Like,
Yeah, because the client there or the customer there has a different obligation towards, I mean, social obligations or
Yeah.
how they're interacting with each other, what they're wearing on those interactions, they differ. So we do, I mean, earlier we were doing Delhi, Mumbai, so it was very easy for us. But now when we're expanding down south and realizing what do they prefer?
yeah.
So the
it's
silhouettes have
different.
gone, they've changed. They have gone from midi to a little bit more maxi dresses.
Yeah.
And
And
that
I
keeps
think
happening, I guess.
I think there are simple things that I always take myself to be the client of House of Fett. And if I do feel that, when I'm going out on a holiday and then, that time I don't mind. It can be short, it can be this, it can be a deep neck and this and that, because I'm going with my friends and everything. But if you tell me that if I'm going on a family trip and this and that, what are the things that I need to take care? Of course, if I feel that, if I think like that, others are also thinking like that. So if it's a marriage function and if I'm the bridesmaid, then what is the kind of neck depth that I will wear? So if I will wear this neck depth, then of course I can't expect that somebody else would go really deep on it. And if they want, they can get it customized.
Got
But
it.
let's make it according to the consensus of
Yeah.
most of the people, how they behave and how they react. And going city wise, again, we are expanding down south, so we wanted to understand the customer base there. What kind of, will they accept the same products that we are introducing in Delhi and Mumbai? So I remember taking this tour to check out the retail spaces and everything. In the morning, when for breakfast, we used to go to the Mumbai hotel down for breakfast. People used to be dressed in a certain way, like very casual. Everybody's in chappals and then shorts and then
Yeah.
loose cottons and this and that.
My God, this reminds me. So, like, whenever I go for breakfast, like in a hotel, I'm like all in my night suit,
Night suit,
chappals, like
yeah.
hair tied,
Yeah.
like
Absolutely,
nothing. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
So this is
yeah.
what we
And
do
we did the
expect.
same in Bangalore.
Yeah, but
So
and then
now
yeah.
Bangalore, we came down to breakfast at
And
7.
like
Never in my
like
life
you
have
are
I done that.
explaining,
Huh.
we did went like this.
Huh.
And
then-
suddenly,
And if you ask my dad, he'd be like, "What uncultured? Like, this is not the way to go about this." Yeah, yeah.
and the way we went down to in Bangalore, and everybody was suited up, and they were
Like
ready to go
proper.
for a meeting at 8 in the morning, and they were all discussing IT and everything. I said, Isha,
And then we
what
thought,
kind of change is
yeah,
this?
we are-
That's
like,
exactly
what
my
happened?
dad. Okay, he'll be
Okay.
all suited up at 6 and 7 in the morning. I'm like, I'm
Oh.
ready for my day, and he'll look at me like, nothing, no future, no future.
That
So
happens with
that's
us
what
also.
happens. And then we both are like, everybody's, and like, all the girls are there, they're wearing this very nice skirt with the coat and the black heels and everything. And I'm like, oh,
That's
this
not
is,
what we do.
yeah,
So
that's
now
not
we
what
have to
we do.
think a
Like,
way to make this and, get it into
Got
their
it.
lifestyle.
so when we then went to the mall, saw like, how are people dressed? Like maybe they were all going for meetings or anything. So yes, these things do come up. Like Ahmedabad was different
Ball game altogether, yeah.
altogether.
That's true.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Got it. So, you also mentioned something called hybrid mode of
Yeah.
fashion, which is slightly different from e-commerce. So, I did not understand that. So,
Okay.
what is it exactly? Like, what were you trying to convey?
So, a lot of brands now are majorly e-commerce.
Yeah.
They don't even want to enter the retail space, majority, because it's very not only capital intensive, but it's also very time consuming. It's difficult to crack. E-commerce, you can just you get a shoot done, try a product. If it sells, great. If it doesn't sell, scrap the shoot, do another shoot. But how how brands are scaling, it cannot only be online. You have to be offline.
Got it.
So that's the hybrid model, that you do not only do e-commerce, you also do brick and mortar. We actually started the other way around. Generally, e-commerce comes up first and then people go for offline stores. We started with brick and mortar first and then we went to e-commerce in the
the
lockdown.
other way around.
Yeah, in the lockdown, like everybody did.
The other way around, right?
But
Okay.
that's, I think, very much required, because the customer, the kind of belief that they have in the brand goes tenfold when they see, okay, I'm seeing them online. Where are they now near my house? So let's
Yeah.
say they're in Bandra, or they're in Kala Ghoda. The kind of belief system goes 10 times that, okay, I can buy, and I know that I can go to the brand if I don't like the product. I can visit them
So
physically.
the
and
omni-channel approach
Yeah.
we are trying to incorporate.
Okay.
That the customer is available everywhere now. So
Yeah.
we need to, make them, we need to ensure that they are getting the right branding where they are, based, opening at the right locations, that this is my client and this is what they expect out of House of Fett. So we do open in, the kind of retail locations that they expect us to be in, while following our e-commerce as well. So this is the hybrid model that we are talking.
Got it. Okay, so lastly, you have like a lot of competition. Like there are so many brands
Yeah.
like House of Fett, and which
Yeah.
of course differ like in different aspects, but still the space is
Yeah.
very crowded. So, like, is it healthy to always keep a lookout at your competition, or you should like sort of do your own thing and not worry too much about that?
No, definitely have a lookout. You
Okay.
cannot close your eyes to the market,
Okay.
because a lot of people crop up. Some do very well, some go down as well. But to answer your question, you should know who's coming up in the market, what they are doing. Are they doing something better? Are they kind of challenging you in your own space? So that you can tweak your plan accordingly. Having said that, for us, we actually have scaled in a very traditional way, where we are there in all the major A plus malls. So if I talk about brands that are cropping up, they might crop up, let's say in Khan, then they
Okay.
do Kala Ghoda, and then that's it. They don't want to enter the mall space, or they don't want to have a very wide distribution network. So
Okay.
there we are kind of excelling, that we are kind of creating a distribution where if you daily go to a mall with your family on a weekend, you'll find us there.
So premium,
Establishments.
establishments we are catering to. I
Lovely.
love healthy competition, in fact.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good, like, because if somebody is doing really well in their space, I really don't even mind, picking the phone and saying, bhai, ye bahut acha kiya tha, and ye kaise kar rahe ho, types,
Okay,
and
got
not just, I'll not say like design. Of course, design is true to
Yeah.
everybody in their own space, but it can be anything that I really like
A
about
campaign,
the
probably.
yeah, a
A campaign
campaign.
or
It can be
anything.
a retail space that they got and nobody else is getting, or it can be anything different that they are doing. So
Lovely.
we always keep a lookout how everybody is doing, what new they are doing,
Yeah.
how we can be better, how we need to be better for our clients. Everything.
And I think,
Got it.
be it competition, even still, everybody is very helpful in the market. You
Yeah.
pick up a phone and you ask, how did you do it, or can you help me out with the same? They do help us out.
Yeah.
It's give and take relationship with the competition.
That's
as well.
insightful that they're helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there might be some who may not be, but
But majority,
But
if you
if you
ask
are-
nicely,
Yeah.
things get done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So we come to like like we play a game at the end, of the podcast. It's called Fashion This or That. Now,
Okay.
because you both are like two people, so I don't know, I've usually done with like one
Okay.
person.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you 7 questions. Whoever wants to take it up can
All right.
answer, okay? Like
Sounds good.
you can do one, something like
Perfect.
that. Okay, so a favorite fashion duo in the industry, Shantanu and Nikhil or Falguni and Shane from their respective labels?
Shantanu and Nikhil.
Yeah, for me as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they do good menswear. So
No,
Okay.
I love their silhouettes. I love what they do in general.
Nice. Okay, if you had to expand internationally, where would it be? Dubai or Singapore?
Dubai, for sure. We've tested out the market. It has
Okay.
given us good response. So
Dubai for sure.
Lovely. An actor you would like to collab with, Bhumi or Disha?
Bhumi.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. If you had to add accessories to your product line, what would it be? Bags or shoes?
Shoes.
Shoes same.
I
Okay.
love
Yeah, even I do.
experimenting with
Yeah, yeah.
different
You guys
kind
are
of
very
shoes.
synced. That's a
Yeah,
good thing.
yeah. Actually, we've discussed this before.
Oh,
Both of us
nice.
by chance, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so when designing your next collection, would you be more inspired by nature's beauty or urban cityscape?
We kind of mix it up.
Okay.
We kind of take
Yeah.
some inspiration from the nature's elements available, but then we also put in the urban element to it, be it long silhouettes,
So urban elements look
Yeah.
very
new age.
modern, new age.
Yeah. To mix
Got
it up.
it. Okay. Okay, so which fashion accessory do you believe can completely transform an outfit? Statement earrings or a bold belt?
I think you should take that.
A bold belt.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so now when it comes to your next fashion campaign, would you opt for a high fashion editorial shoot or a more casual and relatable campaign?
Any day casual and relatable.
Casual and relatable.
That's what the
Lovely.
brand conveys. So.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, so that was the end of the podcast. And if you loved our podcast, if you have any reviews, or if you would like to know more from Abhinav and Esha, you can text us on 8588 966 966. Yeah, sorry, I fumble up with the number all the time. Or you can email us on pods@indiatoday.com. Thank you, Esha. Thank you, Abhinav. Do you have anything to say? Like, how was your experience?
Thank you for having us. Actually, after having so much of conversation, I got insight into my own business.
Oh, nice.
What's going on?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've never talked in length so much
So
about
much about
the
this.
business. So
Yeah.
thank you for having
you.
us. It was great.
I'm glad you did. Lovely, lovely. Okay, see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.